Hi, we're reading in John, the ninth chapter today. And if we look at the chapter, we begin to recognize this, that the entire theme of the chapter is about spiritual blindness and the revealing of God's work through Jesus, the light of the world. The story of the man born blind here in the passage gives us the contrast between physical blindness and spiritual sight, showing how true faith in Jesus can open our eyes to the divine truth of who he is, and that there are those who will reject him and remain in the darkness. It's interesting to me as we look at this passage that Jesus explains that the man's blindness was not a result of his sin, but rather an opportunity for God to be revealed. It really reminds us that God is sovereign and God is present in the midst of our lives, and he is able to work even through the most difficult of circumstances. Now, the man who was born blind, he is able to see. But he is also not only able to physically see and recognize Jesus, he has spiritual eyes that are open to understand and recognize who Jesus is. He believes. He is willing to respond to Jesus and even follow him. Even when Jesus told him to go do that which he needed to do to be healed, it seemed unusual, but the man went and did it. It's a recognition of the fact that he had a spiritual insight to know who Jesus was in a way that sometimes those who were right there standing next to Jesus didn't know that he was the Messiah, the Son of God. So friends, what about you? Do you know Jesus as the Messiah? Do you see Jesus in the midst of your life and those things that are happening around you? Because I want you to recognize this, that Jesus is able to open our eyes to see the truth of who he is in the world today.